It's Lisa Cuneo and welcome to my scrapbook table. I'm excited to share with you that today we are celebrating with Shannon Keith, who is Creative Chaos in Tennessee here on YouTube. That's the logo for this hop, and she is celebrating 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's a huge deal. I'm really excited for her and so happy to join in with this hop. Unfortunately, I had the date wrong on my calendar, so it's a few hours late, but that's okay. So her challenge to us was to take our original layout that we did for our very first YouTube video and recreate it. So I'm showing you mine here. I'm sorry that the light is reflecting there and glaring. I didn't turn it out before I started. But in the video, I actually mentioned what I would do if I were going to redo this layout. And so my thought was that I would pull the photos more toward the center of the layout and not have such a big gap there. And I actually do that. So here I have 10 or 11 photos from Cuyahoga Valley National Park. And that is what's going to be on this layout. I'm going to use... I don't know, close to my heart used to call them flip-flaps. Let's see, Creative Memories just calls them peekaboo pockets. And I'm using a 4x4 and two 4x6s to allow me to get some extra photos. So each of these will have 3 photos, and that 4x4 will also have 3, and then there's the one of us. And I cut down another photo just to use the sign from it. Here's some things I'm going to use. There's mushroom pictures in here, so I have a bunch of mushrooms from a 49 and Market collection, and so I'll actually get to use them. And these were taken last September, if I recall correctly. And so I have a piece of 12 by 12 paper that has Cuyahoga Valley National Park on the front and a pretty scene from the park. And I decided to cut that into 2 pieces and have some on either side of the layout. So this piece with the sign I'm putting here on the left, and the other piece that's just a bit narrower and shows the waterfall is on the right. We were hiking to a waterfall, Blue Hen Falls, but that is not the one pictured on the paper. So I'm using some papers from my counterfeit kit. The Cuyahoga Valley paper was not in there, but these I cut, and all my mats are cut from a 6x8 Simple Stories paper pad, and the collection is called Simple Vintage Garden District, and I used the B-sides because they kind of, they have subtle patterns, but they kind of read as solids, and the peaches and greens went with the paper and some of the colors in the photos. So I distressed the edges of these and pieced them to create a border. Here's the main photo. I matted it in white, and then I used 2 pieces that are roughly 4x6-ish, not quite, because my photo is a little shorter than 4x6. Anyway, I distressed the edges, and then I put them on there at an angle, so they're not layered straight, they are a little bit crooked on purpose. And I kind of wish I had inked the edges of some of these papers, but I didn't think of that in the moment. I had company coming, my son and daughter-in-law were arriving, and I wanted to get this done so that when they were here, I could focus on enjoying them, and so I was kind of in a hurry to get this taken care of, and I ended up not even thinking about inking the edges until it was too late. I guess I was a little distracted. So one photo will go straight down on the wood grain paper, which is from Jen Hadfield. The name of the collection was Cottage Living. I'm double checking. Yes, Cottage Living. And then the pocket, the clear pocket with 2 other photos will go over top of those, but that will be, I won't adhere that to the page, I'll adhere that to the page protector so that someone looking at the album can flip those up and see the photos underneath. The photo on the top there in the center is the inside of a tree, and the spiral in that was just so interesting to me. And I have a couple pictures of that will be here. There's a picture of the trail. There are so many stairs on this trail. Ohio isn't known for mountains, but this section of the park and many sections of this park have a lot of steep terrain. There were tons of steps. Now I'm using some 49 Market tickets and other ephemera pieces. So I add this one. I thought it was perfect. It says, leave the road and take the trails. Then I have a little piece there for some journaling that I added, and I put another matching. It looks like the one that says, leave the road and take the trails, and I kind of just put that behind the journaling block. There we go. And I do add another one of those on the right to kind of balance things out a bit. I also pulled some tickets, and I'm sorry I can't tell you what collection all this 49 Market stuff is from. I don't have it in front of me, and I just don't remember. But I did use tickets. I used a ton of mushrooms. I just kept layering mushroom upon mushroom upon mushroom. Some of them I glued right down. Some of them I added dimensionals behind to give them a little bit of lift, to add some texture to my layout. And I was really excited to get so many mushroom pieces on this page, because when else am I going to use mushrooms? So it worked out really well. I think I added, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think 13 little mushroom pieces. And I don't have you watch it all, but here I show you that on the top of some of these, I'm putting dimensionals that I've cut in half. And so I glued down the base, but some of the mushroom pieces at the top are popped up to give the page a little bit of texture, a little bit of dimension, and I'm happy with that. From the same collection, I pulled out some word pieces, and you'll see those as we go along. I have some lying there on the right page. That's not where I end up putting them, but I do have them out already. And I think in just a moment, I cut away from the mushrooms. Before I forget, I want to mention in the description box below, there'll be a playlist and also a link for Shannon's channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please head over there, watch her videos, hit like and subscribe. And she also has a Facebook group, which is a really fun place to be. Since the title is gold, it says better together. I wanted to add some gold on the right, so I added some gold arrows there at the bottom. Also, as I was looking for things, I found that wood log piece, so I added it here and put wander, wonder, and repeat there. Above the mushrooms, it says perfect specimen. On the right, I add wander, wonder, repeat again in a different form, the great outdoors, and favorite find. So we're just about to the end. I do show Shannon's logo for this hop again, and then there are some still shots. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you'll go and watch the others who are participating. And if you're not already a subscriber, subscribe to some of these great channels and give these creators some support. We all really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me. Shannon, congratulations. I'm really happy for you and excited. This is a great achievement. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.